Hello and welcome back to the Angelic Portal Guided Meditation series. This is Guided Meditation number 9. We'll start in about 15 to 20 seconds. In the meantime, I'd ask you to get comfortable in a seat with your feet firmly planted on the ground or seated in the lotus position, if that is your preference. Lying on your bed is another option. Whichever position you choose is fine. This will take around 30 minutes. So get yourself comfortable. I'm going to count from 1 to 10, and when I get to 10, we'll officially start. 1, 2, 3, 4, closing your eyes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to start by relaxing the body, so put your attention on your left leg. I'll get you just to relax the toes and the foot. Relax from your ankle up to your knee, focusing on your hamstring and thigh, and relax that for me also. Let go of all the tension. Feel the tingling sensations in your left toes. That's fantastic. Allow your leg to be nice and relaxed. We'll do the same with your right leg. Place your attention on your right toes and your foot, relaxing from your ankle all the way to your knee and continuing up your leg, relaxing your thigh as well as your hamstring in the process. Let that leg completely relax. That's the way. So both legs are nice and comfortable. Drawing the attention to the buttocks and to the groin area, I'd like you to relax those areas for me as well. No tension, just nice and calm. Drawing your attention to the stomach muscles. Just let all of the tension go from the stomach. Nice and relaxed. That's the way. And bring your attention to the chest and the shoulders. We'll relax the body in that location. So relax the abdomen, chest and shoulders and allow them to completely release. Sometimes we carry the weight of the world on the shoulders, so we want to relax those shoulders and make it as if someone has gently placed their hands on them. That's it. Great job. Same thing with your back. All the muscle groups starting from the base of the spine and moving all the way up. Feel the body sinking into the ground. Let all of the tension dissolve. Next, we'll relax your arms. So focus your attention on your left hand and relax your fingers. Relax your hand all the way up your arm to your shoulder. You may feel tingling in your left fingers as you do so. That's perfectly okay. And now bring your attention to your right hand and let's do the same. Relax your fingers and then relax your hand all the way up your right arm to your shoulders. That's it. Let go of all the tension. So let's focus on the face. Let your jaw release. Feel your eyes soften and release any tension between the eyes and your forehead. Let all of the tension go. I'm going to put you into a little bit more of a deeper relaxed state. So to do that, I'm going to count from 1 to 10. We'll just go a little bit deeper. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go deeper and deeper. 4, 5, 6, relax further. 7, 8, 9, and 10. So in front of you, I want you to see the pathway that you know quite well by now. The winding pathway through the trees. See it in as much detail as you can. The pathway goes towards the angelic portal. As you're walking through, see in as much colour as possible the pathway and the trees. As usual, see if you can see any birds. That's it. And as you approach the white entry point, which is the portal, you'll see the angelic guide is waiting on you. So as you approach, I'll get you to say hello. And the angelic guide is obviously looking forward to seeing you, so feel the unconditional love. Okay. Well, let's follow the angel guide now as we enter the portal. Doing so, you'll notice gold and silver on both sides as you walk through and out onto the grass of the angelic portal homeworld. Standing on the grass, you'll notice the lake and the mountain range at the far end of the lake are visible. As you observe the scenery, feel the grass under your feet. Additionally, notice that on both sides of the lake there are beautiful trees. You'll see your home glistening in the sunlight as well. If you look a little to the right hand side of the lake and further down from there, you'll notice the white room portal is visible. So it's another beautiful day in the angelic portal. Sensational weather. I'll ask you to start by going over to the water for me and seeing what you can see. Notice the crystals, maybe a fish. I'm not sure if you can see one, but I can see a turtle. It's a big, beautiful turtle. Obviously this turtle must live in the lake as well. It's going to be a very exciting visit today, and a very important one at that. You're going to be lifting your energy further to the next stage. So let's get started. We'll begin with walking around the lake towards your home, following the angel guide in the process. As you're doing that, notice the grass in as much detail as you can. Today we'll be staying in the angelic portal homeworld. So walking along the side of the water, just also paying attention to the different coloured crystals. They appear to be all around the lake, the crystals, not just at the entry point. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Actually, I love the various sizes of the crystals. There's some really big ones and some small ones as well. As you walk towards your home, notice it getting closer as well. That's it. And as we get very close now, I'll ask you to stop in front of your home. Just allow yourself once again to see the home in as much detail as you can. As you know by looking at it, it is in your personal dimension. So see it in as much detail as you can, the colours, the materials that you've used for construction. I'll get you to go up to the front door and open it and head inside for me. And once you go through the door, make your way to the living room and stand in the living room. While standing, notice the kitchen. That's it. And obviously there is a bedroom in the other room. You don't need to go there today. Just familiarizing you with the concept. So what I'll ask you to do is actually open the balcony door and go stand on the balcony for me. And let's take in the view of the lake. Brilliant, thank you. It is sensational, isn't it? If you look overhead, you'll notice that there are 5 angels flying above you, and they are working their way towards the other side of the lake. You're here to make sure the energy is supported for what's going to happen today. As they take their positions on the other side of the lake, let's take the opportunity to notice the beautiful tree tops and what they are looking like in the beautiful weather. What a background. Truly beautiful scenery. So what I want you to do next is manifest a seat on your balcony. So you've got one there, and go ahead and sit. Make sure you can see over the railings that you have on the balcony so that you can see what's happening on the other side of the lake. I'll ask you to turn your attention skywards once more and notice the arrival firstly of a blue orb as it descends, and it will take its place, I should say, above the water. And following it closely will be the red one. There's no green orb today. The blue orb represents angelic energy and angelic frequency. It is what's called an angelic orb, which basically means it comes from the angel world. Because it's an orb, it's got a consciousness, as do all other orbs. So because that is the same for the red orb you can safely assume has a consciousness of its own. The red orb does come from an outer space world, an extraterrestrial world. It's higher dimensional to the third dimensions and the fifth dimensions. So that's where it's coming from, outside of the Earth plane. A little bit more detail for you now. The blue orb spends most of its time observing the angel world. And when it is not doing that, it still receives signals from the angel world, irrespective of whereabouts in the universe it might be. The red orb, by comparison, spends most of its time observing one of many of the alien worlds. To give you context, an alien world simply means any planet other than the planet Earth. I want you to keep in mind that every red orb interacts with you in the angelic portal. It will have a very high vibration when it does so, and it is very much accustomed to working with the angels. The signals it receives will always be love-based and compassionate. So, as we discussed, if you can notice both the red and the blue orb hovering above the lake, just above the water. At this point, I'll ask you to stand up. The angels did request that you watch the orb arrive from your balcony, both of them. And as they have arrived, I will ask you to go back into your home, through your living room, and back out through the front door. You'll see as you go onto the grass by the water's edge that the orbs appear bigger from this vantage point. You can actually hear a slight humming noise coming from them. They are indeed beautiful circular orbs. So standing on the water's edge, put your feet in the water and sit on the grass for me, please. Below the orbs, the water looks to be a little icy. The ice is not going to extend to where you're sitting. The ice only appears to be directly underneath the orbs. The orbs are now descending and they're going to just rest on the frozen water that has formed. So the ice has frozen the water just in that local area. Again, you're feeling very calm and relaxed. The water temperature is beautiful for yourself. I'll get you to focus your attention firstly on the blue orb. The blue orb is starting to flicker. This means the orb is taking an energetic physical form. You can see the silhouette of an energy form, and you can see wings, and it is of course an angel. A beautiful angel has taken form and is standing on the frozen water, on the ice. If you turn your attention to the red orb next, I want you to notice that the red orb is also flickering. As it does, I want you to notice a beautiful feminine looking alien appear, or extraterrestrial. It'll be about 6 foot tall and looks very similar to humans insofar as it has 2 arms and legs. It has long blonde hair and very loving energy. Great job. So both the angel and the alien are going to walk across just to the left of you as the water freezes in the direction that they are walking. They're walking over onto the grass next to you. Just remain seated as they do this. They will stand about 15 to As it does, I want you to notice a beautiful energy appearing, an extraterrestrial energy. It will be about 6 foot tall and looks very similar to humans insofar as it has 2 arms and 2 legs. A very loving energy. So both the angel and the extraterrestrial are going to walk across to the left of you as the water freezes in the direction that they are walking. They're walking over and onto the grass next to you. Just remain seated as they do so. They will stand about 15 yards away from you, something like that. If you can stand up for me and face the angel and the extraterrestrial, you'll feel both their energies to be very high and, as I mentioned earlier, very loving. So if you're comfortable, please go ahead and introduce yourself and welcome them to the angelic portal. I'll be quiet for about a minute so you can interact. You may receive signals from them in the form of telepathy. Feel free to ask them any questions that might arise in your mind. I'll give you a few moments. We're actually making the energy nice and compatible. That's it. Now, as you've been in their presence for just a matter of moments, the energy is starting to stabilize, and you'll be able to see them a little bit clearly, more clearly than you did perhaps when they first arrived. That'll keep getting stronger as time goes on. So for the moment, just see them in as clear a detail as you are able to. Okay, that's great. The next thing I want you to do is open the door to your home once again, and as you do that, if you can walk into your living room and then from there go back out onto your balcony, the angel and the extraterrestrial will stay where they are. If you can do that for me now, great work. And if you look down from your balcony, you'll notice that visitors are looking up at you whilst remaining on the grass. So let's go ahead and invite them up to your balcony. As you do that, they will simply levitate and fly up to where you're standing. Watch that happen. That's great. And I want you to see 3 seats this time in front of you. 3 seats. And if you can go ahead and sit in one of them, the angel will take a seat, as will the extraterrestrial. Now, whilst this is happening, our angel guide is still on the other side of the water, watching. Notice the 5 angels on the other side of the lake are also watching. So the angel guide has just went over there with the other angels, just to make sure the energy is nice and balanced. The angel guide will be back over momentarily. The 2 arrivals that are sitting in front of you are what's known as first contact ambassadors. The angel's specific job, as is the same for this extraterrestrial, is to get you used to interacting with energies such as theirs. They will both be taking up residence in the angelic portal from today onwards. They will act as a point of contact for you should you have any questions on any subject in the future. But before we do anything, I do want you to think back about what's actually happened here today. What we have was a blue and a red orb that descended. If you think to yesterday's guided meditation, you shimmered into Egypt and observed pyramids. Once you were immersed in that location, you flickered between human form and being an orb, whilst remaining present in Egypt. What has happened today is the ambassadors have entered your angelic portal in orb form. So from their point of view, they were in their own white rooms. The orb is the typical state for all consciousness in the universe. From their white rooms, they have shimmered into our world by doing the same process that you do. And then from there, they flickered into physical form. They could just as easily, and they're not going to, they could just as easily flicker back into being orbs. The same's true for yourself. There's nothing stopping you from flickering into being an orb at this point either. However, for the moment, I ask you to remain in physical form. As you sit next to the ambassadors, the angels, the 5 angels who are on the other side of the lake as well, are taking the opportunity to align and stabilize the energy collectively, and that of our visitors is starting to harmonize. That energy of our visitors is starting to harmonize. So that's fantastic. And that'll be not just for today, but going forward into the future as well. By you being this close, the energy vibration has to be adjusted. And again, it is very, very love-based, which is brilliant. Now, remember we spoke about vibration previously. Vibration is what attracts the signals. Just being present in the ambassador's company will alter your vibration so that you can receive signals that you may not have been able to do previously. Signals will arise spontaneously. You will receive them whether you are in the angelic portal or outside of this location in your third dimensional world. The vibration you hold will influence what these signals are. That is the key point to understand. What I'm going to do is give you another couple of minutes, have a brief conversation, and let's see what happens. Have a conversation back and forth with the ambassadors, if you can. It will become easier, as I mentioned, with subsequent visits as the vibrations of all parties find a way of interacting. You're doing well. Have a conversation on anything you like with them. I'll give you a few moments. Okay. What I'll get you to do next is stand up. You'll be able to have conversations, and a lot of them going forward. But at this stage, I want to invite both the angel and the extraterrestrial to build their own home on the other side of the lake. So that's why it'll be a short conversation for the moment. They'll each have one over where the 5 angels are standing. That'll obviously be on the other side of the lake to your home. And the next time you come in to the angelic portal, those homes will be constructed. If you can invite them to do that now, please, to build those homes. Excellent. And the ambassadors will stand up also. I'm going to ask the alien or the extraterrestrial and the angel orbs to come through. So they'll transform by flickering from physical form into that of an orb. And they're doing that in front of you. A blue one and a red one are visible. And they're going to go over to the other side of the lake and simply fly over the water in the process. And now they will flicker back into physical form once they are there. So I'm going to ask that you now exit your home by going into your living room, then make your way through the front door out onto the grass. As you emerge, you can see the ambassadors are on the other side of the lake, and we're going to go back towards the angelic portal exit point. So just repeating what's going to happen on your next visit here, you'll see that the ambassadors have completed the construction of their respective homes by the time you come back. At this point, I'd like to assign the ambassadors some names. They might choose to give you personal names to use, but I'll simply refer to them as the angelic ambassador and the extraterrestrial ambassador. And I'll do that for the foreseeable future. Do remember, both of these energies are love-based, very heavily experienced in interaction. That's why they're called first contact ambassadors. Everything that happens in the angelic portal always is and always will be under the protection of the angels at all times. Also, I'll mention that you'll be able to interact with the ambassadors at any time you like on your own private visits. In the meantime, just keep walking. As we approach the exit point to the angelic portal homeworld, I'll ask you to turn around and acknowledge the angels who have helped with the energy work today. They will stay here from this point, all 5 of them. If you can send a little wave to them, that would be great, and thank them for the time. And go ahead and do the same for the ambassadors, please. It's a welcome addition. And what I'll get you to do is turn around, see the angelic portal in front of you, the exit point, and I'll get you to follow the angelic guide straight out into the gold and silver coloured shimmering, and emerge as you do so onto the pathway. That's it. You can see the trees either side. Please take the opportunity to thank the angelic guide for all the guide's assistance today. It's been very, very useful and appreciated. I'll get you to turn your attention back into the world that you're doing your guided meditation from. I'm going to count from 10 to 1 shortly. If it is daytime, you'll be feeling nice and ready to get on with your day, nice and energetically recharged. If it's nighttime, you'll be ready for a great night's sleep. So here we go, 10, 9, 8, moving your hands and feet from side to side. 7, 6, 5, move your body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open your eyes for me. Fantastic. You're doing fabulously well. If you're feeling a little bit tired and out of it still, that will pass. I do encourage you to have a glass of water, and when you're ready, you can stand up and get on with your day. Until the next time, thank you very much.